protect their children and make sure they're safe.
But what happens when a parent learns that their child is allegedly being abused?
A local man is facing that very problem and possibly jail for wanting to protect his son.
Tonight on News 4 troubleshooter Stacey Cameron has that man's story in tonight's Troubleshooters investigation.
Child custody battles almost always end up here in court. And when there are allegations of abuse, Child Protective Services is probably getting involved. And for a parent just trying to do the right thing and protect their child, this can all seem overwhelming.
Sitting at home, playing a video game with his son, James Ellis doesn't seem like a worried father, but he is. And the worry stems from fear that his boy is being abused.
I'm very angry about it. Hey, a child shouldn't be treated that way for any reason.
Ellis says his son told him about the alleged incident in October.
I don't think he's lying.
Under the terms of this divorce decree, the boy lives with his mom. Ellis gets visitation every other weekend. During one of those visits, son told dad what happened.
I feel he's in danger, and I had to report that.
Ellis reported his concerns to Child Protective Services. He says a caseworker spoke to the boy and his mom, an investigation was launched, and this child safety plan was put in place, charging Ellis with protecting his son, meaning the boy had to move in with his dad, which he did. At first, Ellis says he went about raising his son until
I got 2 different phone calls demanding from my ex-wife to bring my son back because of a court order. When I questioned her about the court order, she told me the divorce decree is a court order and hung up on me.
The divorce decree is in fact a court order. Eventually, Ellis got 2 letters from an attorney threatening legal action if he didn't give up his son. But Ellis thought the CPS safety plan legally overruled the custody arrangement in the divorce decree. Confused, he called News 4 troubleshooters.
And all I'm trying to do is to protect him like I've always done.
Unfortunately, at this juncture in our community, it happens every day.
Rosie Garcia practices family law in San Antonio. She says this case isn't unique. Time and again, she's seen CPS caseworkers give parents the impression that safety plans carry the weight of law when they don't.
I don't know if it's a training issue with the caseworkers. I don't know if it's an unspoken policy at CPS.
No, I guess that's their process.
Parents like Ellis should get a lawyer, she says. If Ellis did that back in October, Garcia feels he would have learned the safety plan doesn't mean a whole lot.
That safety plan is a recommendation by CPS that the parties should agree to keep the child safe at this location, cared for by this individual, until CPS finishes their investigation.
In short, the safety plan is just a voluntary agreement. A parent can cancel it at any time and fall back on the divorce decree, something Ellis's ex-wife basically did when her lawyer sent the letter, meaning he could now be found in contempt of court and thrown in jail.
What's his best course of action now?
Call an attorney as soon as possible.
Garcia says with a lawyer, a parent could get an emergency protective order granting them temporary custody until a CPS investigation would wrap up.
Can you afford that?
No, sir. That's why we're here today.
That was December, 2 months after the alleged abuse. Ellis has now hired a lawyer. News 4 spoke with the boy's mom, who denies any abuse happened whatsoever, but she won't be making a comment until this is settled in court. We contacted Child Protective Services and were told privacy laws keep the agency from discussing cases like this. But a CPS spokesperson did deny Garcia's claim that caseworkers sometimes lead parents to believing child safety evaluation plans are the equivalent of a court order. Garcia, who once worked for CPS, stands by what she said. We also tried contacting the mom's attorney. He hasn't called us back. As things play out, we'll let you know what happens. I'm News 4 troubleshooter Stacey Cameron.
And if you have something you want our troubleshooters to investigate, just let us know. You can call the number there, 210-476-1070, or you can email us at troubleshooters@news4sanantonio.com.